Hello and welcome back from your break. I hope you had a lovely and refreshing time. I know we certainly did. What?
I just thought about something for costumes for next season.
Perfect timing.
Sorry.
I thought something terrible had happened and I was worried. But
you know,
no,
when I
it sounds like
first,
something
I
amazing
didn't
has
know
happened.
Claudia when we did a previous show.
Yeah.
And I actually thought she was like maybe intentionally undermining you by like coming in. It took me a while
Wow,
to learn that
no.
this just genuine thought occurs to her.
I'm sorry if it even perceived. Lauren, I
No,
think
we're
you are
good.
smart and intelligent, and I'm not trying to steal your thunder because your thunder is the loudest clap I've ever heard.
Aww.
I can't stop myself from gasping when
Oh
I
no,
come
I love it.
Claudia.
I love it. I am totally okay. I look forward to our season 3 costumes. I
This
hope
is
you're-
probably gonna be my season 3.
I hope she's sketching it there.
Nope,
Welcome back. I hope you had a refreshing break. Enjoyed the fan art. Perhaps you checked out our Patreon page because you wanted to set up a regular monthly donation. If not, you could also consider sending in a donation during the second half, and I will read your message out at the end of this break. Or perhaps we'll make a message up. We'll use our telepathic powers to know what you intended to say.
I already
without
know
you
what you're
ever...
going to say.
Oh, we got a precog. So.
It is also the last few days of Patreon for this one.
That is
Oh,
true.
yeah.
It's also almost the end of the month. If you want to get those sweet, sweet March rewards, you should sign up for Patreon by March 31st.
Very soon.
To just double
That's
check.
on Saturday.
I just had to double check.
That's the day before
In
Easter.
fact, if you donate, I'll tell you what you're going to say before Lauren even reads it.
Ooh.
It'll be perfect.
Ah. Okay, so that's all the exciting stuff. Also, make sure you check out our wiki if you're confused. Just submit your fan art for the fan art video and come back on Friday night to watch Eat, Pray, Kill. So hit that follow button so you're reminded to do so. If you can't support us in a financial way, you can obviously share us in non-financial ways, like sharing our tweets. I believe that is called retweeting. Or perhaps you can send a letter to someone lovingly describing how much you enjoy Geek Space TV and encouraging them to watch it. Or, use
Send a letter
technology.
to me.
Dear Blooge, I really like Geek Space
You
TV.
should
I
watch
think you
it."
should watch it.
And I'll be like, cool.
Just write that out there.
No, thank you.
Really fast, let's reintroduce who our players are and who they are playing. We will start in the same order that we began in.
Hi everybody, I'm Elizabeth Bold, and I am playing Ziana.
Hi, I'm Tony Beeman. I'm at Tiny Beeman, and I'm playing Ludwig, a tiny lion currently wearing a giant lion helmet on his head.
A giant lioness helmet.
A giant lioness helmet with telepathic powers.
Hi, I'm Jackie Dash, Jakidash.
Ding. Ding, ding, ding.
And I'm playing Kika, our baddie engineer who has kid problems.
Hi, I was about to say, hi, I'm Thea, but I'm Sarah, and I'm playing Thea. And you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Shellgame. Okay, I got this.
Dear chat, I'm playing Rachel.
Brilliant. Perfect. I think they could read it. And I'm Random Tuesday. I am your GM. Right before we went on our break, the crew of the Batlet
wrote a letter.
successfully. I feel so official. Welcome to the news at 10. Before our break, the crew of the Batlet successfully subdued all of the individuals who were about to purchase and or sell the Helm of Gatora, a famous or important artifact from the Leonis gynocracy.
Successfully.
They successfully acquired the helm. It is now on the helmet of a wanted individual named Ludwig van Pelt. As they are escaping the building, they have crossed the threshold into the hallway. They see the guard that Thea knows, coming down the stairs looking somewhat confused. There's the sound of an alarm blaring as wee 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 plays in the background. And the crew are... How are they escaping? What are you doing?
Out we go across the hallway and into the room where we have a rope and
Yes.
Yes.
You just slowly
Ziana-
grappling hook.
Ziana's
Yeah.
gonna head back the way Tick came.
Okay, so you cross the way into the hallway, I assume without any stealth or just with a lot of speed.
Just
speed.
quickly.
And you make it to the window. Are you going up or down?
Runs into something.
Question. So the alleyway.
Yeah.
Is that the same place where this window is?
Yes.
Okay, so there was no like other.
No.
Okay, then I guess we just go down.
Okay. As you see, there are some people
That
like
pause.
starting to exit the building that appear to be sort of coming out into the alleyway, like streaming out. The bouncer looks a little bit confused about what's going on, but like kind of clearly seems to be sort of letting some people out and sort of trying to monitor what's happening. As you cross down, what kind of order are you going in?
So we're on the second floor, and the building is regular height for
Yeah.
a building.
Pretty standard. So it's probably about 20 feet.
How
I
crowded
feel-
is the alley?
At this point, it would be enough that if you are sneaky, you could blend in with people, but like you're gonna stand out.
Ziana will drop down.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I just jump
Okay, if you are dropping down,
because
go ahead.
quick is more subtle than.
That was mostly my question, is if you were gonna try and do that.
Wait, but before Ziana drops down, she has a Trico under one arm
Yeah.
and gives the other one a chance to climb on.
No, I'm already on this one. I've already been scooped up on this one.
Yeah, I grabbed her. Wait. Are you sure? Are you dropping
Then
down?
she's gonna grab. Never mind. He can handle himself.
No, I'm on your back.
On your back.
Okay, excellent.
You sort of feel a small weight. It's a little bit different than how Kika gets on. She's more shoulder. This one's very clearly like you've got your own little backpack.
Kika's also lighter. I just want to
You
point
know
out.
how when a
She is-
cat decides to climb your leg?
Yeah, no, that's exactly how
Yeah.
I was envisioning it.
if
I'm very
Kika-
familiar with that sensation.
If Kika goes to Thea's shoulders, I think I would like go to the window and like see that and be like, no, like I'm stronger than her. Get on my back.
No.
Kika can glide.
Oh,
Why
yes!
is Kika gliding?
I mean, so,
Oh, that's
so Kika
true.
rides until the window, and
Right,
it's like,
I didn't think about it.
I got this. You good?
Yeah.
She's
I
gonna
forgot that she's a
jump up.
flying creature because she can't actually fly.
She's like
can
a
glide.
sugar glider.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the same way they land. I'm like,
So Thea can theoretically just blend right in. She doesn't have anything
You
on
have
her.
to jump off of a second story building.
Well,
just take the
Wait.
rope.
No, you could walk like you.
I
so
could
you
just
have
walk
two
downstairs
options.
and blend
you
right
can
in.
like exit out the window, or you can attempt to blend in with the people and exit out the front door.
I'm gonna exit out the front door
Right,
because
right. I
they're gonna
forgot you
see
were-
me if
yeah.
I drop.
Give me a perform and charisma for physically blending in, looking like you belong there.
And then
Wait,
what should we give for jumping out the window?
Exert and dexterity for jumping out the window.
Wait, this is. I feel. Oh, okay.
For gliding, you are not gliding particularly far. You will be able to make the glide.
I get a free check?
Yes.
Where's my
9.
character go?
9. Okay. No one seems to pay too much attention as you sort of look kind of like you belong there. You are covered mostly by the group of them running across the hall as you sort of peel off and tuck your way down and join into the crowd.
I get an 11.
You land like very nicely. Like it's a good like you kind of like tuck and do a little bit of a tumble and sort of stand up. You realize like the guard, like the bouncer on the door kind of glances over and doesn't seem to register you. And just as soon as you're blended in, and then you sort of move off with the crowd of people.
Okay.
Ziana. There is a tail tickling your face.
6.
You land with a thud, like a rock, onto the ground.
As intended.
Give me a physical save.
That's
so
a
roll a
D20.
d20 and add your bonus.
It's 19 plus 6.
Okay, you take no damage, but you like take all of that shock in your legs, like your knees bend.
Hero fall. Hero fall.
Yeah, you like 3-point hero fall. It like a little bit of the ground sort of cracks as it's like shitty concrete, and you stand up.
Full height.
The guard still can't remember, but he's going to get a save as this very unusual person comes, and he immediately looks at and like glances over Rachel as if he doesn't really notice and just sees you drop there. And he's like, "Hey, you!"
Intimidation. I'm going to intimidate him.
I
She
pull up over
stares
her shoulder
him-
with my lion
She
helmet.
stares him right down. the wriggling trico under her arm. The hissing cat above her shoulder. A murderous look in her eyes and says, "I am leaving now."
I will take. It's probably still. Do you have lead?
Yes.
Lead and strength.
Okay.
I will take lead and strength.
Let me just put
You
my
are
2 skills together.
Very clearly using your physical prowess to intimidate this individual.
I never got to do that with
9.
They was not a 7-foot-tall lizard woman holding a tiny person on their arm with a tiny person on their
And
back.
a sword.
Oh, you're right.
And also, I still have my Eratos trophy.
Also, I give you so many bonuses for Fang. I sometimes actually let you roll dice for those checks. Miss No Charisma.
9.
9. The guard sort of look like the bouncer. He kind of looks. He looks, and he like turns the other way and just sort of starts paying attention to the crowd of people. Thea, Rachel, you sort of slip past and get out. Kika, you glide your way down and kind of land partway down the alleyway, and the 5 of you can all kind of group up a little bit farther away from the crowd of people that are leaving the location. Well,
Ship?
is that all we needed?
I assume I've done refueling.
So we've all, everybody is here?
Yes?
Everybody?
I mean, yes.
Yeah, no, this is Liz asking.
Oh,
Everybody is here?
yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think because Thea just followed you guys. She's
And she also just got a 5,000 credit stick, so like, why would she need to go steal anything else?
All right, then yes, we're headed back.
A lot of money on that floor.
We're headed back to the Battle.
All right, you make your way back to the Batleth. You
Tyler,
get to the ship.
You behave right now.
Nope, let me.
Danger Mouse, I want to be Ziana.
Can I lightly, just like, I don't want to flick, because that's probably incredibly painful when you're adults, but when you're a child, you got more membrane in there. I am going to they're more squishy membrane because they're still growing, so they don't have as much.
Ludwig is very proud as he walks down the street with the helmet.
Is he walking or is he still on Ziana's back?
I think he rides sort of nobly.
Majestically.
He rides nobly.
Helmet that
Tony, I really want to get you this, like, ultra big helmet that just can, like... It's a bucket.
Okay, friends, I know I've been calling him an Ewok, but he's basically a little lion man, and I
Which
just
is also a song.
really want art right now of Ziana looking pissed off with a little trico under her arm and a little majestic crowned cat on her back. Like,
Hakuna Matata.
I'm just saying, if anybody wanted to make that happen, I would frame that and put it on my
BT
wall.
Dub, the Trico does wear a leather jacket that has got ripped edges, because, of course,
Because he's cool. Because he's cool, Mom. He's super cool. God.
So before we leave, you mentioned that the cred stick was time sensitive.
To some extent, yeah.
Do you like reveal to anyone that you obtained this cred stick?
I don't know. I mean, Carrot gave his
I said
card
it
to
out
everybody. And yeah, and he asked me if I was going to share the wealth, and then I got super pissy about
I
sharing
actually
the
asked
wealth.
if you were going to use it to buy meat.
Oh yeah.
To replace the bird
I
meat
probably
we
wasn't
left
paying
behind.
any attention when that happened, honestly. But yeah, I was gonna ask because like if I knew about it, I would probably suggest that we handle that before we leave. But if I don't know about it, then
I mean, because once we get onto the ship, I'll still be able to contact Carrot
Yeah.
on our way out.
okay. I didn't know if it was like you have to be at a bank on this planet sort of thing, or I don't know how money works in this universe.
It's pretty variable. It might be more successful if you try and do it from Duranga than if you try and do it later on. The longer you wait, the more risk you run.
Can I
of
see
it.
your yes no die?
She's going to get one of them. They're pretty great.
Thea goes to work with it on the planet.
Okay. So your best bet, Thea would probably know, is to get Rachel's help. Because
Okay.
Rachel has the connections on Duranga to be able to transfer the funds.
So Thea's
Sorry.
gonna be like,
No.
No, I was dancing. I was being smug. Thea's gonna like kind of sidle up and she's gonna be like, "Hey, sorry about shooting you earlier. Good news though. If you can help me make this a little bit more lucrative, there's 1,000 guk in it for you. But I need to get it off of here ASAP."
And Rachel does this like she was going to be angry because you shot at her, but then she like looks to the cred stick, and she like takes a moment to think about it, and then she's like, "All right, but you need more practice." And yeah, I'll connect and charisma. Okay.
Are you guys going somewhere?
We might not need to, just like any kind of terminal on the planet.
Are you still carrying Tylo?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Is Tylo conscious?
Yeah, oh yeah. He is squirmy and sassy and keeps talking.
8.
So you would be able to, so if you go to a terminal, you can get a contact, kind of speak to one of the people, like someone that you know, and go through them. They will take a cut of it, so some of the funds, but it would definitely be much less of a cut than you could potentially lose, and you'll be able to get it transferred into essentially just like blank and unmarked, like untime sensitive.
Okay, so their cut is less than it would be if we tried to do without them, basically.
Yeah, well, and it's also, they guarantee it.
Right.
So you will get the funds, as opposed to the longer you waited, the more likely it is that they would essentially cancel the check.
Okay, yeah, so I would basically call up a friend and like talk it through really quickly while there's a squirming Trico. Or maybe you guys just go ahead. I don't.
Ziana would not wait.
Okay, so
And
you
in
just,
fact, if you guys lag behind to hit a terminal, she would be like, "Do not take long," and continue moving.
Okay, yeah, then I would like phone a friend and then like we'd get the like, yeah, I could do that for you. And then I'd be like, does that sound good to you?
Yeah, sounds great.
All
so
right.
they'll take 10% off the top.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Thea would probably try to argue that.
I would.
That is probably going to be your lowball number. Like, they'll probably start at 25.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect.
And there's definitely like when you try to argue with the 10%, I like look at you.
And then Thea's like, sounds good. Sounds great. Sounds
Like, they're like,
wonderful."
oh, well, you know, for normally I do 25, but for a friend I'll do 20, and then you kind
And
of
then
like
we like
get
talk,
through
and
into
then
the
you still
haggling.
try and argue, and I'm like, this is
That's good. That's good. That's a good price.
It's not a like friendly. That's a good price. It's a shut mouth.
So you will get within probably 30 minutes.
Okay.
They'll get the money transferred onto like Blake cred sticks for you.
Okay. And then we go back to the ship.
Kiko, your son is very disrespectful of his matriarch.
Yep. I mean, I'm not respectful of matriarchs either, so that's fair.
Really?
Like,
But you are one.
sure.
And you don't find yourself respectful?
You gotta earn respect. You don't just get it by being born.
You have children, did you not? Did you feed them? Did you give them sustenance and meat?
Well, mangoes, but yeah.
Then you deserve respect.
Mango.
It's okay. Me and Tylo are gonna talk.
No, it's not. I find it completely inappropriate.
Do you have kids?
No, I am a child. I was.
I mean, we all. Just wait. Just wait until you birth a.
Pause. How recently were you a child?
Well, I still have a mother. She's not here.
But you are
fortunately.
not in terms of what is the word?
I'm fully mature, but as I stated before, I
Excellent.
do not wish to mate.
Continuing.
Just.
One is mating.
This kid didn't shoot me. Well, okay.
He did shoot me.
He did shoot me. But.
I'm listening to his thoughts right now, and they're entirely inappropriate. Thoughts someone should have about their mother, and I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean it in a disrespectful way.
I can hear you!
Yeah, can you? You shot me. I wish to cognitively suppress his ability to sass.
Don't cognitively suppress my son!
Yeah. Okay. He sort of,
Specifically to sass, remove his ability to sass his mother.
Permanently don't do
No, just for the remainder of the scene.
yeah. Okay, for the rest of the scene, he like every time he's like and he just sort of eventually just ends up making this like
Is it higher pitched though?
yeah. Yeah.
It's like a whine noise.
Ziana tolerates about 3 seconds of the whining before she manually suppresses his ability to do it.
I mean, whining is kind of like a closed mouth thing anyway.
I mean,
and then it's like-
it doesn't matter. It's like, that's fine. She's doing something, and it helps a little bit.
There, you should find him more respectful for the next few minutes if you wish to instruct him on how to be a better kitten. Sorry, what do you call your babies?
Pup. Don't worry, we're gonna have a talk.
When we arrive back at the Batleth,
Lock him in the cube.
Ziana does not need instruction because she was definitely headed in that direction. The cube is opened, the Trico is shoved inside, and the door is shut. Deal with your spawn, and she marches back out
Got a name.
of the
It's
cargo
Tylo.
bay.
Like she's like leaning on the ladder, being like, "We're work."
She has to go put her sword back, clean the blood off of it, and add her trophy to her collection.
Pilot.
So this is your ship.
Oh, he hasn't been on it. Wait, yes.
Yeah, you have. You came down to the planet with us.
Yeah.
Oh, did I not meet
Yeah.
them?
No,
you met us on
we
a
came
different
together.
planet.
Together.
They so you met on
Okay.
Sarin, and then
Got it.
they took you on the Batleth down to the planet.
But it's still disgusting.
You were in
junky.
the cube, but now obviously you are not in the cube. You can't have the cube anymore.
Yeah.
After about a half an hour of you cleaning and do you have a conversation with your son?
I think I'm just gonna let him stew.
Okay. Then we'd get back. Richer.
I need to
Quite a
borrow
bit
the cube
richer.
for about an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
All right.
We will not
Why?
be remaining on the planet for that hour.
Because he's in
I
the
figured.
cube. Where else are you gonna put him? I'm not gonna tie up my son.
Okay, that is what I was going to say, but look,
I know it's your room.
1 hour,
1 hour.
and only because it's you.
You're special. Thank you.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I'm going to the comms now.
Maybe not right now.
What?
We need to drop Tylo off at the nearest Ica base.
We're doing great.
Thank you for the
I
raid.
didn't have that noise enabled, but we're getting rated.
Oh, that was that.
We have been chosen.
I heard that noise and I was
The
like, what?
Chosen is the title of the show. That they were Nickelodeon GMs. Yeah.
Hello and welcome.
I think Nickelodeon is the GM. I think you're the GM. I think he's the GM.
Maybe.
Hi.
We are playing Leviathan Distant Stars. It is a space RPG using Stars Without Number. That's just what I've settled on at this point. And right now, Kika's son is being locked in a room.
I put a space pirate in a closet.
You
I
should
wanted
put
to
a
tie him
space
up.
pirate in a closet.
I
So,
she put her-
call my contact that was trying to contact her space pirate son and tell him that it doesn't need to try to do that.
Okay.
She put her baby in a corner.
The youngest.
You're welcome.
Ziana, you clean off your blade. You head presumably to the bridge at that point. Where have you been this time during this time, Ludwig?
I pace around the ship, waiting to be given meat in return for my services. After a while, realizing nobody's going to give me meat, I start looking for meat.
You end up in the galley. The galley of this ship does not have a wide variety of different types of foods, but it does have a wide variety of flavors of the same food.
Yeah.
You were given Mito Stickos before, and there are plenty more Mito Stickos to be found. There are strange powders that have been placed in jar containers that you have no idea what they are. What else do we have?
I have
Third
vegetable?
cans of third vegetable.
I have Soylent
Yeah.
Ugh.
that I don't like to eat their disgusting food. So
It's
there's-
very reasonable.
So there's just future liquid sustenance space Soylent just in the fridge.
Has Ludwig been
Spoiler.
taught how to communicate with other people on the ship? Is there a way to
Oh
communicate
yeah, you
with
would
them?
have been given
Yeah,
a
there's a comm.
Yeah.
comm.
Yeah.
Captain, how much am I allowed to eat?
I think Thea walks into the bridge at this point.
Probably.
She's like,
Just remember that it will be whatever much time before we are able to restock.
What? And this is all you have?
You will have to make do, as we all have.
I will make do. Worry about you, the size of your body alone. This hardly seems like enough food.
Mito stickers are surprisingly dense in nutrition.
The amount of muscle you have on your frame, you must need 10 times this much.
Do you know how much you would have to waste? Just trying to say that politely if you ate that much food?
Defecate?
Yeah.
Protein.
Okay, we're not having this conversation.
Ludwig looks around
you
and takes
also
as
find-
many Mito sticos as he can and takes them back to his quarters.
Before this moment, though, she points out over the comms, the vanilla-flavored Mito Stickos are my favorite.
He put some of those back.
You also do find an alarming number of cans of Space Mountain Dew.
A stimulant.
Excuse me, do your monkeys can their own urine?
Not that I am aware.
Well, you might want to check into the galley soon enough.
She looks over at Thea.
No!
You hear metal pans banging and things like that over the intercom as Ludwig
What has
salvages
he
meat.
found?
I probably also make my way to the galley and grab one bottle of
Just watch.
Soylent from the fridge and see your arms full of those and I'm like, yeah, have fun with that. And then walk out.
You do find, though, that the entire galley is very clearly designed accommodated for people who are around 1 meter tall, as well as people who are around 2 meters tall.
There's a lot of ladders
Excellent.
and hooks, and the counter tables are clear.
There's also, isn't there, throughout the ship, kind of little climby areas?
Yes.
So that Kika can climb along walls.
As if a chain link fence has been put along one, I assume that the hallways are an octagon shaped.
Yeah.
And one of the top
It's just
edges
like
has
a lot of
chain
pipes
link.
with hooks on them. Because Kika doesn't believe in walking.
I move. Kika moves faster climbing than she does walking.
So, with that, I presume you will have taken care of all of your business on Duranga. Are going to make your way back to Surin to meet up.
We need to drop.
We do not have time to make detours into Ica space.
We cannot have him on the ship when we go meet the Rays.
He can.
Why did we bring him?
Because we were going to drop him off at the academy.
I am not going to the academy.
Why don't we just leave him on Sarin and then we can come back and do dropping off after we're all horribly killed? I mean, successful in our mission that we're definitely going to be successful on.
Yes, this is what we will do. If we must confine him on Surin, we will do so.
Acceptable. Thank
Do you
you,
talk
Captain.
to him at all in this time, or you just
I'm
let
giving
him make
literally
those
an
noises?
hour of chillax time, an hour where he tussles up the bed,
Oh!
an hour where
Oh yeah,
Has
he's
he-
Trashing the room a little
Has
bit.
he regained his sass ability?
I
I mean, after
Yeah.
an hour.
Scene, yeah.
So you pilot, you head back to Sorin. You will have some time to speak with him. The hour will pass. If you would like to go in and talk
I
with Tylo as you
definitely-
are piloting your way there.
definitely do. How trashed is the room?
It's not as trashed as it could be. He didn't really touch anything other than the bed, and he got on the bed and did the a little bit of the cat thing and a lot of sort of stomping on it, and then got really pissy and pulled up the blankets and sort of nested in them a little bit, and is just sitting there in the middle of it.
And he gets just kind of and hefts herself up from the bed, sits on it.
His ears are twitching.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Let's do the math.
Most of my adult life.
Yeah, 9 years. Yeah, that's fair. You're allowed to be upset.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm allowed to be upset. Thanks, Mom.
Just gonna
Some mom
like
noises.
same like kind of like fluffing
You
like
can see where he gets it from.
Your father decided it would be better to be raised on one planet than on a group of ships, and I can't get engineering work on a planet.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
That's your excuse?
it's a
I
good.
can't find a job on a planet?
It's not that.
It's not like they don't build ships on planets and then put them in space.
You can't confine me on a small planet. I can't live on an asteroid.
Well, I didn't want to stay with Dad, so how are you able to tell me what I'm supposed to do when you left us anyway? Huh.
You are right in
Don't
some
like
ways.
Teenagers.
I should have made better contact. I went to another arm of the galaxy because felt bad.
Well, how do you think we felt?
Probably bad. But I tried to send things, and then it got hard, and then I found the ship, and I was like, oh, great.
Yeah, I like your new daughter. She seems great.
I mean, she's about the same as you.
Well, I'm glad you didn't stay then. Clearly, you only can handle one at a time. Drop me off in the nearest planet.
No, because then you're just going to go back to your spirates.
Well, yeah, because they actually take care of me. They treat me like a family. They stay.
But you're going to end up dead if you stay with them.
I'm pretty sure, based on whatever you're doing, I'm gonna end up dead if I stay with you.
I'm not expecting you to stay with me. I'm like, now she's like totally like teenager mode and like, You were supposed to be a better version of me. Your father was the greatest part of you. You were smart, and you were capable, and you were doing great in your studies, and you would say you were going to go to the academy, and I mean, this was when you were small enough that you still clung, but I didn't think it would be that big of a deal if I left, because you do better without me. I was the one who shot you how to shoot, badly, I guess. I was the one who taught you how to jerry-rig a ship. Not so badly, I guess. The more I was around, the more I expected you to become like me. And now I realize I left and you're just like me. Joined a Spirates gang. Murdered people. God. Just like me. I'm so sorry.
I'm not. I like who I am. I like being with Tertial's flight. I'm sorry if that disappoints you.
Just wanted to see better. Because
What? You might have left and abandoned us and found yourself a new family.
doesn't mean I didn't like you guys. I love you guys.
That doesn't mean you weren't not bad.
I tried to find you.
I'm an adult now, and
Yeah.
you can't tell me what to do.
Can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
If you stay, speaking from experience, if you stay in the Spirate game, you will most likely die on a crew. Most likely.
Everyone dies, Kika.
I recommend going and finding a non-Spirates crew. And that's hard.
Where you will still die.
I recommend. I mean, I can't. I mean, have you seen this ship? We're practically Spirates.
Yes, you are. God.
But we're doing a noble thing right now.
Look, give me.
I'm not a pirate.
I would
I'm
like-
a very legitimate merchant.
Yeah, some of us are doing noble things.
You're not. I've been in your head.
I would like a way.
How many of you are outside of the room?
No.
listening to this?
No.
I mean, I have quarters now, so I don't have to be.
This is peanut gallery commentary.
Will they protect you? Do they protect you?
Yeah,
Do you like them a lot?
they're all right.
Are they your family?
Yeah, probably.
Will they sell you out?
There's pirates, but I'd sell them out too.
Find a Skyrid's crew that won't sell you out.
Should become a merchant like you.
Well, at least take it back, Sass. Take it back, Sass. I would formally like to request your location forever, so I can keep in contact and send you emails and actually learn. Cause you're my littlest pup.
Not a pup anymore, Mom.
Your ears are still big. The biggest. You're the only
It's 'cause
one.
Dad had big ears too. Fine.
Cool.
Give you my space contact.
I'll give him my stone
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And
That
as a
sounds
heads
like
up,
something dirty.
Sounds like something very different.
I would like you to stay out. I'm gonna give you some information about the rays.
Yeah, what the fuck is that, Mom?
You know that old when you were into space monster fix?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a phase that I went through.
Yeah.
And comic books are cool.
Do you remember the green mold that would consume everybody and then it would keep eating?
Yeah.
That's what the rays is.
Fuck.
Yeah. So go to the green mold survival guide. Do you still have that? You wrote that. You were so cute. You wrote you.
Mom!
I still have it in my room. That was your 3rd grade book report.
Wait, does Tylo have a archive of our own account? Like, is that what we're saying here?
Yeah. She's got a live journal.
Oh God! I just need to know.
It's probably a podcast because typing is hard when you can't see, but you can just like
FF.net
Blogger.
account. Oh God.
take the knowledge with you. Be careful. Your siblings also wanted to say happy birthday. It was a couple weeks, months. Wait,
Fine.
Space weeks.
I mean, it was a couple
Weeks?
it was at least 0.1 tritium years. No, that's not right.
It's fine.
It was 1/20th of a
You don't
a
know.
year.
Get out.
Yeah.
It's fine. It was a long ass time ago. I'm a bad
Fine.
mom.
Fine. Do I have to stay in here?
Only after you actually clean it, because Thea will murder both of us.
Fine.
I will help.
Gets off and starts making the bed.
It is a struggle, because Kika actually can't make beds because she hasn't ever. She lived in beds are a Tarko thing.
No. That's fair. That's fair.
Before Rachel leaves with her can of monkey urine,
It's not monkey urine.
No, she has the Soylent. The
It's-
monkey urine is the
Oh.
Space Mountain Dew.
I don't
Okay.
eat their food. It's gross.
oh yeah.
So Space Mountain Dew is actually legit a stimulant. So if you do drink any, let me know. Stuff happens.
Hey Rachel, right?
Yes.
How come you, well, I hesitate to say this to a woman, but how come you lied about psionics?
What?
You healed us in the room.
And she does this thing where her initial reaction would be like, no, but this has come up so many times that she's just like, so?
I appreciated it. It was helpful.
It's not. I didn't go to school or anything. It just happens.
I know. I didn't either. Do you think the lionesses want a lion looking in their heads all the time and telling them what's going to happen?
Just they're very insistent that I'm a psionic and you should get tested, but my family also isn't very comfortable with psionics, so I am not very comfortable saying that I am one.
I see. Well, I won't look into your head, as I promised,
Thank you.
but I think psionices have to stick together. And it seems like the people on this ship, even your monkey friend, respect what you do.
You've been with the Lionesses your whole life, right?
Yes.
Well, I've been with more than one pack. And she does this, like, whatever. The only person that you have to stick to is yourself. Everyone else will let you down or die.
Well, eventually. So will you. Well, that was depressing.
And she, like, shrugs and, like, opens her, like, toilet and, like, moves to go. She's...
I like you. I hope you don't die.
Well, considering the whole, you know...
But if you do die, I hope you die with honor.
Yeah, me too. And then she probably just like, are we okay? Drink, move.
Awkwardly walks away.
Yeah, very awkwardly like, this is how you end conversations, right? All right, I'm leaving.
That's around that time, after some heart-to-heart conversations, you dock with Surin, and you find yourself approaching the large Leviathan once again. The sort of in this moment, it's in its sort of collapsed form. The sort of spines going down its back, the exterior. You would have seen this on the outside, but it looks a little bit like somewhere around between like a cephalopod and like a. It's mostly a cephalopod and a little bit of like squid tentacle-y sort of parts towards the front. These kind of ridges that go down the back section, and you dock sort of in one of like the sides as some sort of larger plates kind of shift, making room for the Batleth. You are in the docking bay. You have the Kuthra, your small fighter ship, is next to you, and at that point you will hear from Ari, who will probably just communicate with you that they're going to start moving now. The Lionesses and the Ouroboros family are moving to the system that they have detected a Ray's scout ship in. So they received word that the Ray's ship had docked in the Laoris system, which is an uninhabited system, but that they had some kind of patrol groups, people looking out for it. So they know it's on its way there, and they suspect it is on its way to the Synoso system, which is a habited system. So they are trying to get an evacuation started before the scout ship arrives. And that is going to be your best bet to be able to intercept with it, as it is moving its way through space. So as soon as you are docked, Sarin will begin moving away almost immediately. You would have also noticed, where did you put the AI core?
Probably she would probably put it in her room.
Okay. So,
To
like, still
keep
on the
it
pillow.
secure. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Still on Ashley's pillow.
Yeah.
You would have seen at some point when you look at it that it appears essentially repaired. Those kind of glowing cracks that were in it appear to be gone. You sort of gently pick it up and kind of look at it, and it is now just this sort of blue donut kind of ring, essentially, that has sort of some texture, kind of like lines, almost script moving over it, that looks like it's supposed to be there. If you look close, you might see a kind of a few maybe hairline cracks, but based on information Update would have given you, this is essentially what a repaired version of this would look like. And you can attempt to plug it in.
Does that require like know-how or just like?
You would have been shown how to just pop it
Okay.
in.
Then yes,
Sorry.
she will.
I
I
So
bruised
Yeah,
she,
you
I'm
have.
sorry if I did that into the mic. I don't think I did, but I'm sorry if I did. So yeah, she'll take it to the bridge, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
And can I have your yes no die? Everyone, what?
It's so much easier than doing even odds.
It is. There's a reason
And
about
she
it.
would let people know that she's about to plug the core in case anybody wants to be there for it.
I'm curious.
I get there.
I think Thea would show up, but she would like walk over to the comms as if like, oh, I'm just here to like look at the comms, you know, just like check on things.
I have no idea what that means. I will watch.
I'm gonna be on the back shoulder being like,
And she's going to plug it in while we're inside Sarin, right? While the Batleth is inside Sarin. Yeah.
You sort of drop the core into the conversion that update had given you. And there's sort of a moment, it closes in, and up on the screen, it just reads installing.
oh.
Does it have
You
like a
would
little
think
bar?
her-
Yeah, there's a little bar and like synergizing. It's like
She doesn't say
progress.
it. She doesn't say it, but she thinks.
What does it say?
Articulating spleens.
Yeah. Now that music is in my head.
Oh.
loading sims.
So she doesn't say it, but Ziana kind of slumps a little and thinks, why did I do this again? I should have known it was going to install something. Like, why did I do this again? But,
And-
well, I mean, she's not going to yank it out. She doesn't want to risk hurting anything, so.
That was really exciting. Thank you for reminding me to be part of it.
Can
As
is there any way without disrupting it that I could like set up some sort of protocol or something that if it tries to send information out, I can stop it before it does that?
this is a sentient creature.
Just
Is
in
it
case
full?
You're
Carrot
basically
did
putting it in
something.
jail.
No, just in case Carrot did something.
Is the bar
Is-
moving?
Can I communicate with it?
Is the bar moving?
No,
Yeah.
you actually
It's
can't
the one
communicate with
it's
AIs
still
unless
moving.
they have a specific.
It's going like this. Hold my hand.
Okay,
Hold my
so
hand.
Ziana is going to. How long are we gonna have to wait? Like estimate by how long? Yeah.
You notice that it goes up, then it goes down,
Oh
then it
no!
goes up, then it goes down.
Is it?
She's going to. Is there like a console, like a text or something kind of text interface? So she's going to input into the text interface. Oksana, we are all here.
Hello, Captain.
Is that text or is it sound?
It's sound.
Oksana,
I'm gonna sneak out right here. I'll tell you what I do when you're done.
Yes, Captain.
or Morva,
No, Captain.
are you well?
I think so.
I apologize for plugging you into the Batleth again. I didn't know how else to communicate with you.
I'm comfortable here. Sorry for teasing you.
The
I think-
bar. I didn't quite understand what the purpose of the bar was, but the rest of them seemed very agitated. It was a very good joke.
I think Thea would disable the block that she put on for like messages going out because now she knows like Ixana's there.
As you go in to like mess with it, it just says, "You're on the list, Thea."
Oh! It took like 2 seconds.
It's faster now.
Are you joking?
And then just the text on the screen reads, "Maybe."
That's my girl.
Good.
Oh, sorry. Not to. I don't mean to intrude.
What?
I just wanted. Morva's gone. Gone is a very human, alive term.
Right.
What remained of Morva is still here. I am not just Oksana, but there was not enough of Morva to be just Morva.
Well, we have acquired the means with which to continue our task. We are.
So we're all going to die now.
Yes, possibly, possibly.
Have you informed Rachel about the likelihood of her getting infected by an alien race and being transformed into a hideous monster?
Wait, what?
Oh, did we not?
There's a remedy.
No, no one informed me.
We'll get into that. Don't worry. Thank you, Oksana, for the reminder.
I assumed death
honestly,
was the worst thing.
No, not at all. Not even in the slightest, in fact. So we'll get into that in a moment. Just put a pin in that one. We're about to head off to the scout ship. We have to interface directly with it. You'll note that there is a new crew member, temporary. His name is forgotten to me.
Ludwig.
His name is Ludwig. His name is Ludwig von Pelt. He is.
He's currently not in the room.
Okay.
And you turn around and he's currently not in the room. Ludwig, what did you go do?
I sneak down while they're all occupied, and I wish to let the sun free
From the room?
from the room.
I mean, it's unlocked.
Yeah.
Is it unlocked?
I think he was just chilling.
We're down on the planet.
No,
No,
you are in a ship. Inside a
We're-
ship.
Ship inside of a ship.
Yes, you are inside the Leviathan.
Do I think it's the kind of place he would be able to like escape to, or is it?
He'll be just stuck in a bigger ship. He might be able to hide.
There's a fighter in this
Yeah.
big ship.
Wait,
And-
one of you has a fighter, right?
It's
Yeah.
it's docked
Fighters
on
don't have
Saren.
thread space, so he can't pilot it as you
Oh,
are
that's right.
flying.
Excuse you. I'm the one who flew it out. It's my fighter.
Oh, wait, we painted it.
You're
Don't
also
sign
the only
it.
one with pilots.
Yeah.
But there's also probably the Oboroso.
Ouroboros.
Yeah,
Like
they-
there's other ships that are coming, but they're not docked with
They're not
Saren,
docked,
Like they're
There's
All
not
right.
enough room.
yeah.
I
The
just
Batleth barely
Then I
fits.
open the door. I say, "Do you want to escape?"
Aren't we in space?
I don't mean right this minute. I know what it's like to be told what to do by your mother. Sometimes the only way is to run away.
I mean, I guess. Yeah. I don't want to be here forever.
We're inside of a bigger ship.
Yeah.
You want out?
Sure.
You can figure it out from here?
Maybe.
All right, come this way.
He'll follow you.
I take him to however we get off the
I
ship.
murder him, no. Yeah, so you take him to this quietly out of the side airlock, close the door. And he escapes out into Sarid.
All right.
Oksana says nothing.
Oksana, I found my son. It's really great. Remember I told you in the secrets section?
Yes.
It's not the one you think. It's not the one that I'm
It's the
proud
small
of.
one. And then she describes him surprisingly accurately.
Yeah.
Yes,
You are aware of him locked in the cube, then?
yes, in the cube.
Yeah, he found his family and he follows in his mom's footsteps.
I
Not his
am
dad.
going to take some time to get accustomed to my new sensors, Captain.
Oksana, before we leave on this mission, you are as much a free member of this crew as anyone else. If you wish, I could remove the core from the Batleth, take you on to Sarin, and leave you there in safety while we go on this mission.
Am I also a free member of this crew? Because I, for one, didn't know about the whole, like, infecting thing.
We will discuss assimilation, and if you wish to leave, you can, of course, do so.
We're not forcing you. You're not like us.
Oksana?
You can also be useful on any of the other ships that are not going inside the Ray's ship, where the rate of infection risk is quite high.
But it's more fun. As a player.
Oksana?
There's, like, awkward, like, really high fish.
Yeah. I am confident that you will die if I am not assisting you. Who will fly this ship out if you are injured?
Not me.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to ride into battle with you once more.
Besides, if you do die, can you leave the ship to me in your will?
You are hooked into the ship. You can have it.
Excellent. Then it would be a terrible waste if I were to be detached from it.
Very well then. So she turns toward, she swivels in her captain's chair, which is also the pilot chair, which is also only one of 2 chairs, and turns towards Rachel. There are certain members of the Rays. The Rays themselves are able to create these things. We call them the Hollow. They create these creatures by infecting other creatures. The Hollow themselves infect other creatures. My arm is the way that it is, and she gestures to her kind of purplish arm that has the glowing, almost like veins down, bioluminescent veins down her arm. And I was attacked in our first encounter with the Rays by one of the Hollow that are able, some of them are not able to, but this one was able to create more of its own. It infected me. I watched it infect others. It slowly takes them over and turns them into one of their own. A mindless husk controlled by the Rays. There is a way to inoculate yourself against such a thing. It is how I was saved, and the infection was halted, but it requires becoming one of Serin's crew. Serin essentially inoculates you. You would be telepathically
You can feel around you.
Right.
You would be telepathically linked with the rest of us, and gain some kind of bioluminescent mark. But
And
it
I
would
look
render
over
you
at like the
immune.
2 of them to see like their
Like mine is like
It-
blinky
It
ears.
would also create a certain sense of pained longing when you get farther away from Serin, which does fade over time.
I'm all for, trying to save the universe and everything. I'm here, aren't I? But assuming that everyone except for the Rays doesn't perish, I'm gonna leave and go back to my family. And I don't really treasure the idea of, no offense or anything, but of attaching myself to this and you, no offense, and Thea,
The
offense.
the link would fade over time and distance, but it is certainly up to you.
Hey, let her see her Rays in action.
It is entirely your choice, and if knowing this you wish to not continue with us, that is also your choice.
I mean, Conrad did the same thing. He didn't link until he had to. Oh, I
Oh,
cute
the
that
doors.
you think the doors. Eventually, I'll fix those. Like he just says offhandedly.
What about this guy? You intend to,
He would have been informed that he actually cannot bond with the ship because that will interfere with his ability to read the Rays' mind. So,
Yeah. And he definitely would have been briefed about all that before he joined.
I just didn't get it.
Linus would have told him what he needs to know.
Really? Does he not know about the zombie?
Well,
He does.
well, Ziana would have assumed.
You do a lot of assuming.
I mean, she would have assumed that, yes, they prepared their warrior to go into battle with all
They
needs.
told me what they thought I needed to know, and no more than that. I read in their thoughts what I believed I needed to know.
Let me think about it.
You do not have long.
Are we already that close?
How long do we
We'll
have?
probably have a couple of days.
Okay.
Before you get there. Not a ton of time, but
you
have
have as
some
long a time as we have travel.
Are they inviting you to mate with their ship?
Not everything is about mating.
What have I been using the wrong word for it this whole time?
It is a bond. Mating implies the ability to procreate.
Honestly,
Oh my,
little- a
no, I
little
meant I
too
did not
close
want to
to
interface with
accurate.
your ship this whole time. I hope that's embarrassing.
I think that's where we're gonna end it. He uses his power to make it so he doesn't say
My
that.
headcanon is he said something worse, and then he went back, and that was what came out.
God, he
Wait.
said something worse than mating, and then he used his precog ability to say mating, and that was even worse.
Like, it's one of those things of like, I chose the better of two evils.
You don't know this, but I saved you from myself.
It could have been so much worse.
That is a perfectly poignant.
If I were a precog, if I had that ability, you can only use it once a day, but I'd totally be like, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to ask that
I'm
person.
gonna punch this
I'm
guy
gonna
in the
ask that
face.
person out who's probably going to say no, and if I give an embarrassing response, I'm just going to undo it.
Oh my
But
gosh.
sometimes you don't know the ramifications until
Yeah.
months after.
Yeah.
The worst would be if you do it and it takes them just too long to respond that you can't go back.
Only
No,
6
so then you go back 6 seconds and be like, just kidding.
Tell me in 6 seconds.
If I had, this is why
You
is
have
why
6
I can't
seconds to
have
respond
this
to my
ability.
date question.
If I had 6 seconds, I think the only time I would ever use it would be if someone pissed me off enough. I would pop them in the nose and then roll it back, and then just stand there in satisfaction.
Right.
Be like, yeah.
Yeah, while you continue to be an asshole to me. I think.
I wonder how you would view society if you were the only one who could go back in time. Like, would you see them as like microbials for you to punch and murder and then repair? Or would like
Okay,
like would you play Who Wants to Be a
I'll
Millionaire
say
and
this.
be the greater
Now
of
that
the
I'm
game?
married, Janine definitely lets me know within 6 seconds that what I just said was stupid, and I would definitely have time to take it back.
I hope that she's not watching.
Thank you so much, everybody. We will be back for the final episode of season 2 next week.
Oh, naughty.
Sans
no!
Rachel.
I know. Yes. Which I was like, oh no, that actually works out great.
Yeah.
You're
Wait,
like, it
you're
can't
not-
be there.
I'm gonna be at PAX East.
That way I don't have
but-
to narrate why your character doesn't turn into a horrible monster.
Wait a second. I was not informed of this happening.
Yeah.
Live television.
If you had checked the communication channel that
Do you
we
know
have,
that
you
we
would
have a
known.
Discord?
I haven't logged into. Are we using the Slack?
Discord.
Oh,
I said it in
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah.
Although I've been randomly using all of them.
Yeah, we've
Just
we've
whatever communication
Well,
is on
then
my
I'm just
phone, I just
embarrassed.
use it.
We're too connected.
We are basically psychically connected.
just-
We have a few donations to read out, so I will read those out. Then we will talk about where you can find us all next, and then we'll sign off for tonight. So our first donation that came through was from Deceptive Mirror with $10. Tyler, listen to your mom. She just has your best interests in mind.
Danger Mouse, why?
I knew you were going to say that.
Why do you say Danger Mouse?
Oh, it's I don't know. It's an inside joke with Anna and her
joke.
community. So Deceptive Mirror, DM, Danger Mouse.
Okay, I just didn't understand. I
Yeah.
thought it was someone else, and I looked in chat, and I was like, "There's no
No.
Danger Mouse there."
The next one is from Trooper SJP with $10.31. This donation is for Lizzie the Bold's Dirty Dancing reference because nobody puts baby in a corner, but everybody puts space pirates in the doorway.
That is accurate.
Instead of a wreath, you just hang a space pirate.
Yeah. Paladin Hulk with $2.69. This donation message is empty on purpose for improv purposes.
No, but it's not.
What was the message that Paladin intended to send?
What he intended to send was a message predicting what will happen next week, which is the ship will explode, everyone will be sucked into a void before we even get to the raise, ending the show early, and we'll go home.
That sounds great.
we'll
Let me
have
write that down real fast.
Cupcakes.
Well, that's fine because Lauren's like I don't need to play in season 3 now. I can make new characters
Yeah.
who don't know anything about the raise.
Next up is Fractali with $50. Love the cast, crew, and chat. Love to see Oksana back, and that she could keep a secret about Ludwig. I mean,
Yeah, she can keep some secrets.
she keeps the one she wants to keep.
Ludwig, your secret is revealed.
I do still have some information about her that I'm going to enjoy revealing.
Don't taunt. Don't taunt.
I guess I theoretically have to write skills down for her. That was our last donation. Thank you so much, everybody, who contributed to help make this show happen. Thank you to everybody who supports us over on Patreon. Let's go ahead and sign off. Where can we find you?
Hey everybody, Elizabeth Bold, and you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Elizabeth Bold. My personal streams are on hiatus right now because my life is ridiculous, but you can still find me here next week, and you should do that.
I'm Tony Beeman. I'm at Tiny Beeman on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. I don't stream, but you can see me live if you come to Seattle. Hit me up. I'll get you tickets to Unexpected Productions down in the Market Theater.
I'm Claudia, but on the Twitch and Twitter I go by Jackie Dash, J-A-K-I-D-A-S-H. There's something you said I missed the word ding. Like, this is great, but like, I missed that.
You can still say
I
ding.
might
Ding.
do
You
that
could
too.
do it. You could say ding while
Dang!
you ding. Yeah.
And
ding.
I, because of Sakura-con, I don't know. There's a special way to say it.
Please be as weird
is
as you
this-
can. Sakura-con.
Sakura.
I'm gonna be there this weekend, so there's no Saturday stream because I've just been sewing. But Monday, I'll tell you, con stories. We'll play Resident Evil 4, and we'll have a Monday fun day. And of course, I'm here.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at ShellGame. Although I'm not doing anything on Twitch just yet. That's coming eventually, one day, maybe, when things are way down the road. Way down the road. But if you're in Seattle and you want to see me performing live, you can go to sarahperforms.com and get a readout of my shows. Not just in Seattle, but also in Victoria, BC.
Oh my goodness, it's international.
You're cool in 2 countries.
What?
I
No
know.
one told me I was cool.
You are.
I'm cool in 0 countries.
Oh no, you're cool in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen your hair?
It's super cool.
I think you're cooler than cool. You're ice cold.
All right.
Well, I don't even know if I have to say who I am now because I just got that, but I will because I'm doing things. I'm Blue Jay, and you can find me on twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712, on Instagram and Patreon at BlueJay712. I mentioned the Patreon because I'm going to be running a one-shot at PAX East. And if you want to be a part of that and are going to be at PAX East, then like you got to be a patron, and I'm gonna GM for the first time on Sunday, so I'll be really good by next weekend. Yeah, and Sunday I'm GMing for the first time is the second thing. On Sunday on my channel at 1 p.m. Pacific, I'm GMing for the first time ever, and the stakes are really low, super low. Definitely not gonna be like a lot of people there at all. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
Just a couple friends.
Yeah,
Very casual.
Very
Super
casual.
cash.
I definitely set myself up for very low anxiety.
I think you have a couple first-time players too. Like
Yeah,
people who never.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm GMing for the person who made the game that I'm
No.
playing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like I'm
Yeah.
GMing for people who run games themselves. No.
Make
No.
huge amounts of professional time and money
No.
GMing. But
No. Really low.
No one
stakes.
does this professionally anyway.
Oh no.
And I'm Random Tuesday. I have been your GM. You can find me non-professionally here. You can also find me on twitch.tv/rollforit. I will be coming back this Sunday as Imogen Parker in Layla the Vampire Slayer, and I will also be streaming on my own channel tomorrow morning and again on Sunday. So come hang out with me while I panic finish a cosplay for Sakura-con.
Yeah, we're gonna be teamies.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We will see you next week. Come back on Friday for Eat, Pray, Kill.
Yeah. Bye, guys.